In the immortal words of Bard. Oh man, what a guy. Brings a tear to my eye. With something so inspiring, how could you not want to play Bard as your support? I mean, he is one of the best supports in the game right now, and doing his Bard things, he made it up to the number 5 support in all of League of Legends. But what makes him a good support? Well, he has an unmatched roaming potential, engage when he needs it, healer when he doesn't, high mana sustain with his passive, and massive game-changing ult if used right. However, he does have some downsides. Very long cooldowns early, except for his W. Missing your Q in certain situations can mean death for you. And I knew you were going to see this coming, but massive game-losing ult when it's used wrong. Now, Bard is an extremely unique champion, but what does he actually do except leave the ADC to die in the lane alone? His passive is the meat collector. He doesn't collect meat, he collects chimes, but I don't really care. Are you a fan of Pikmin? Do you like to collect little beings that will follow you around and take care of your beck and call? Well, Bard's got you covered. Collect these little things, gain movement speed, get some mana back, get some XP, and continue on with your journey. His Q is the 1-2 stun. This is a beam that deals damage. If it hits 2 targets, it will stun both of them. And if you hit a target and a wall, it will stun the actual target. Great for setting up engages. His W is the buffering heal. You place down a shrine and after 5 seconds, it gets to full power. It will heal more at its full power, but you can get it early and it heal and gives movement speed regardless. His E is the wonderful, magical journey. No need to change that name. It's perfect. He opens up a portal through terrain that anyone can travel through. And maybe it's just me, but sometimes I have trouble getting through sometimes. I just want to go on my magical journey, so leave me alone. His ult is the saving Zonias, or the troll Zonias, depending on what type of Bard player you're trying to be. Bard will fire a ball to a target location. It will Zonias any target, whether it's champs, minions, turrets, objectives, you name it. It will Zonias it. Now, this could be the best or worst ability you have, depending on how you're able to use it. Now, next up we have the runes. Bard is kind of weird. You want to take Fleet for healing on your autos, Triumph for more gold, Tenacity so you're harder to catch, and honestly, any of the last ones really work. Next up, you want to go Shrek Chi for some tankiness, Bone Plating to avoid damage early, and Overgrowth for additional health. Now, honestly, when I look at Bard, it's kind of hard to find what you would actually build on him. For a support item, best option is Bloodsong because your meeps actually deal some additional good damage, but either of the tank options are good too. Rushing Boots is not a bad idea on him because you're going to be wandering around everywhere. Tank items like Frozen Heart after that, and Kennick Rook, or what? Rooker and something. Also, getting Imperial Mandate for increased damage on people when you stun them with your ult or with your Q. It's a pretty unique build, honestly. I haven't seen any other champion like it, so look at these and just maybe pick up a tank item last. If you're enjoying the content, please subscribe. If you're liking the video, give it a thumbs up so other people can see it too, and comment down below with anything that I missed. And that's really it, and we did it! We're in the game, and we're a great journeyman, so we're gonna take this map and these mixed drinks. Now, in lane, we want to start with our Q. However, we actually don't really want to go all in unless our ADC is 100% able to follow up. Even if you land a stun, sometimes it's better to just auto attack with your meep and walk away. Because after that, you just have follow-up auto attacks, because your W isn't going to deal damage, and your E is definitely not going to deal damage. But most of the time in lane, you just want to kind of get some meep auto attacks off on the enemy laners, if at all possible. Just try and stay healthy with your fleet, heal with your chimes, and get those stuns when you can. If you know the enemy is going to be a pretty pokey lane, don't be afraid to swap from maxing Q to maxing W. It can help keep your ADC and you in lane, and while it is a pretty boring lane, not gonna lie, I've actually done it, it's gonna help you a lot because you're basically switching to being an enchanter. Now for the laning phase, that's really it. You just want to wait to get your ganks whenever possible, and unless your ADC is absolutely stomping all over them, you kind of don't want to do anything until level 6 unless you're just like dominating. But once you are level 6, landing your ult on one enemy is great. Hitting both and then lining up a stun follow-up, chef's kiss, it's even better. And if your jungler is there, they better have flash and a dash because they're going to be dead real quick. But the whole time you're in lane, you just want to try and be a good trader. Maybe not the best all-inner, but hey, you can do pretty well, so just try and take it to your advantage. But you also have the ability to move up to the mid lane extremely quickly, especially if your chimes are on the way. Get you that speed boost, get a kill quick, and then head back down bot. Then you really just want to push lanes, get kills, get plates, get towers. Now let's take a look at that mid game. In the mid game, your roaming is super fast. You can move from lane to lane with ease, especially with the buff from your passive movement speed and all those chimes. And with all that roaming, it's extremely hard for you to get caught up because worst case, you can just portal out with your E If they decide to follow you, just Q them once they get to the end of your E, so they're stunned, easy peasy, just walk away. Now you're doing your roaming, but you also want to be there for the fights because your ult is a fantastic setup tool. If you can hit 1 or 2 people on the enemy team, your team can rally around them, get some quick picks, and make it impossible for the enemy to follow up. You can also take your ult to take advantage of the damage immunity, ult towers to save them from rift charges, ult objectives to give your team a chance to get there and contest, or ult the enemy and just take the objective and then walk out. Bard is weird, and his playstyle as being like a ranged tank is weird too. It's always satisfying though when you get those pop-off games and you're just running all over them, and then sometimes you buy a Storm Ranger, because I'm Bard and I do what I want. And that's it, we did it! We won the game. And if you enjoyed this video, check out this AD Malphite contest to see if we can go 5-0 with AD Malphite top. Talk to you later!